Bought?
Tailor-made.
And those hat pins you've got. Of them crescent moons and cat shapes.
You've got a brooch that's crescent-shaped too, ain't that so, Esme?
That is true, Githa. I have a brooch which is shaped like a crescent. That's just the truth of the shape it happens to be. Very practical shape for holding a cloak is a crescent. But I don't mean nothing by it. Anyway, you interrupted just as I was about to remark to Mrs. Earwig how fetching her hat pins are. Very witchy.
On the subject of witchcraft, I thought I might raise with you the question of your participation in the trials.
Yes?
Don't you think it's unfair to other people that you win every year?
No, I'm better than them.
You don't think it's a little dispiriting for the other contestants?
No.
But they start off knowing they're not going to win.
So do I.
Oh, no, you surely.
I meant that I start off knowing they're not going to win too. And they ought to start off knowing I'm not going to win. No wonder they lose if they ain't getting their minds right.
It does rather dash their enthusiasm.
What's wrong with them striving to come second?
What we were hoping to persuade you to do, Esme, is to accept an emeritus position. You could perhaps make a nice little speech of encouragement, present the award, and possibly even be, one of the judges.
There's going to be judges? We've never had judges. Everyone just used to know who'd won.
That's true.
She remembered the scenes at the end of one or two trials. When Granny Weatherwax won, everyone knew.
It would be a very nice gesture.
Who decided there would be judges?
The committee, that is, a few of us got together, only to steer things.
Oh, I see. Flags?
Pardon?
Are you going to have them lines of little flags? And maybe someone selling apples on a stick, that kind of thing?
Well, some bunting would certainly be.
Right. Don't forget the bonfire.
So long as it's nice and safe.
Oh, right. Things should be nice. And safe.
Well, that's sorted out nicely.
Is it?
Well, I thought we'd agreed that...
Had we? Really? I'll give matters my consideration.
I wonder if I might be frank for a moment, Mistress Weatherwax.
Yes?
Times are changing, you know. Now, I think I know why you feel it necessary to be so overbearing and unpleasant to everyone. But believe me when I tell you, as a friend, that you'd find it so much easier if you just relaxed a little bit and tried being nicer. Like our sister Githa here. You seem to have all the witches in awe of you for 50 miles around. Now, I dare say you have some valuable skills, but witchcraft isn't about being an old grump and frightening people anymore. I'm telling you this as a friend.
Call again whenever you're passing.
I thought we could discuss.
I'll walk with you all down to the main track.
Githa! You'll come back here afterwards, I expect.
Yes, Esme.
She is not a nice person.
You're right there, but...
It's high time she was taken down a peg or two.
Well...
She bullies you most terribly, Mrs. Ogg. A married lady of your mature years, too.
It's her way.
A very petty and nasty way, to my mind.
Oh, yes. Ways often are. But look, you...
Will you be bringing anything to the produce store, Githa?
Oh, a couple of bottles, I expect.
Oh, homemade wine. How nice.
Well, here's the path. I'll just nip back and say good night.
It's belittling, you know, the way you run around after her.
Yes, well, you get used to people.
She married a wizard. You can't tell me that's right.
Well, wizards can marry, you know. They just have to hand in the staff and pointy hat. There's no actual law that says they can't, so long as they give up wizarding. They're supposed to be married to the job.
I should reckon it's a job being married to her.
Been pickling much this year?
My onions all got the screwfly.
That's a pity. You like onions.
Even screwflies got to eat.
She's got a knitted cover on the lid in her privy.
Pink?
Yes.
Nice.
She's not bad. She does good work over in Fiddler's Elbow. People speak highly of her.
Do they speak highly of me?
No. He speaks quietly of you, Esme.
Good. Did you see her hat pins?
I thought they were rather nice, Esme.
That's witchcraft today. All jewellery and no drawers.
You could think of it as an honour, really, them not wanting you to take part.
That's nice.
Sometimes nice is worth trying, Esme.
I never does anyone a bad turn if I can't do 'em a good one, Githa, you know that. I don't have to do no frills or fancy labels.
Of course it was true. Granny was an old-fashioned. She didn't do good for people, she did right by them. But Nanny knew that people didn't always appreciate right. Like old Paulett the other day when he fell off his horse. What he wanted was a painkiller. What he needed was the few seconds of agony as Granny popped the joint back into place. The trouble was, people remembered the pain. You got on a lot better with people when you remembered to put frills around it and took an interest and said things like, "How are you?" Esme didn't bother with that kind of stuff because she knew already. Nanny Ogg knew too, but also knew that letting on you knew gave people the serious willies.
You planning anything, Esme? I know you. You've got that look.
What look, pray?
That look you had when that bandit was found naked up a tree, crying all the time and going on about the horrible thing that was after him. Funny thing, we never found any paw prints. That look.
He deserved more than that for what he done.
Yeah, well, you had that look just before old Hoggett was found beat in black and blue in his own pigsty and wouldn't talk about it.
You mean old Hoggett the wife-beater? Or old Hoggett who won't never lift his hand to a woman no more?
Like someone who might go along to the trials and do something.
Oh, so that's what you think of me. That's what we've come to, have we?
Lettice thinks we should move with the times.
Well, I moves with the times. We ought to move with the times. No one said we ought to give them a push. I expect you'll be wanting to be going, Githa. I want to be alone with my thoughts.